From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy. Donald Trump's campaign has added some new messaging in the final days of the U.S. presidential election. Reporter Jay O'Brien says they're trying to get those late-breaking voters who might be undecided.
They're trying to frame this as a change election, and it's something I can tell you I've heard from Republicans on the ground in various races across the country.
Trump will rally with supporters in North Carolina until Tuesday's election, a flurry of late activity in the only swing state that he won in both 2016 and 2020. The BC Maritime Employers Association's final offer to the union has been made public. The union, representing more than 700 foremen, has been offered a 19.2% wage increase over the 4-year agreement. The release of details comes ahead of a looming lockout on Monday, threatening to once again upend Canadian shipping and supply chains. The Employers Association says it has been bargaining with the union for nearly 2 years to try and renew their collective agreement, and the offer represents the most sincere commitment to trying to conclude the negotiations. A proposed class action lawsuit against the city of Whitehorse in the Yukon Territory is claiming the municipality has done little to clear snow and ice from bus station stops and accessible parking spaces. The city contends it has scarce resources and a limited budget for its snow removal. The city's defense denies breaching any charter rights and says the proposed class action in the lawsuit is too broad to succeed. Inclusion Yukon advocacy manager Mariah Jaminer McPherson says many residents of Whitehorse have been talking about accessibility issues for decades. The power problem in Kimirut, Nunavut has been identified, but utility workers say they won't be able to fix the issue tonight. The territorial government declared a state of emergency in the hamlet on Baffin Island after a power outage struck the community 2 days ago. Utility crews say the problem is a troublesome distributor transformer outside of the generation plant, with emergency repairs made to the best possible amount. A charter flight from Iqaluit is slated to bring additional crews, tools, and materials for further inspection and repairs. While clocks moved back an hour at 2 a.m. local time in most parts of the country, most Canadians got the chance to rest up or enjoy the extra hour. The overnight switch back to standard time isn't uniform, though, as British Columbia already sticks with daylight time year-round. The Yukon Territory no longer switches back, instead following its own standard time zone, while Saskatchewan doesn't alter the clocks, having abolished the change. And the ratings from the World Series are in, averaging 12.9 million viewers in Japan alone, as Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto made their first appearance. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, Pia Suter's second goal of the game, scored with 26 seconds left in the third period, lifted the Vancouver Canucks over the San Jose Sharks. Jake DeBrusk also scored for the Canucks in the 3-2 victory. The Toronto Raptors outscored the visiting Sacramento Kings in overtime and posted a 131-128 NBA victory. R.J. Barrett led the Raptors with 31 points, while Chris Boucher chipped in with 24. DeMar DeRozan scored a game-high 33 points for the Kings, who overcame a 13-point deficit in the final quarter to force overtime. The NBA is considering changing the format for the All-Star game that will be played in San Francisco later this season. Commissioner Adam Silver says he's wanted a more competitive All-Star event for some time. The Eastern Conference beat the Western Conference 211-186 last season, marking the first time a team eclipsed 200 points. From the Canadian Press, I'm John Kennedy.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.